on Wednesday instead of Thursday, since tomorrow there's a Legacy PTQ that I want to play in. First off, we have Spellshift combo for the second time. This is an updated version from JK. I keep calling them JK. I'm not sure what the rest of the. It's just a bunch of Toberg. JK Toberg. So the idea here is that if you can resolve a Spellshift on an adventure spell and the rest of your deck is permanents and one Primal Surge, Primal Surge will be cast off of Spellshift, and then eventually you'll hit your whole deck and Thassa's Oracle. Last time the deck was playing Uro kind of like as a plan B, but it was kind of hard to escape it with Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, sorry, with no like cheap spells, and so we're playing Bloodbraid Elf instead. Which is probably really good when you have like a curve of like all 3 drops, and you could also hit Wishclaw Talisman as one of your combo pieces. Sorry, that's also a big part of the deck, is that you only play 1 Spellshift, but you play 4 Wishclaw Talisman, which is a permanent-based tutor target for your Spellshift. And then I messed around with the sideboard a bit. JK said that they were stumbling around with the Scourge Shadow matchups, and I think that Threads of Disloyalty is going to be a really good option for the sideboard. Remember, every card in your deck besides Spellshift and Primal Surge have to be permanents, and so can't play any non-creature non-permanent spells in the sideboard. The sideboard also was playing Collector Oofs, and I thought that was pretty bad because it turns off your Wishclaw Talismans, so I cut those. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Well, this hand has the combo, although it's a bit awkward here that we can't fetch, we can't get Stomping Ground with this Polluted Delta. But I think we keep anyways, and we may just not have red mana for a little bit. And we don't necessarily need it if our opponent's not going to be interacting with us. We can Wishclaw Talisman for Spellshift, and then Spellshift on the Heart's Desire. And hopefully we can do that relatively quickly. My opponent mulls to 6. Can get Breeding Pool. Yeah, do I pick up 2 Threads of Disloyalty from the spellbook for 30 cents each? If you have a use for them. Alright, I think we're just casting Wishclaw Talisman. Don't think we're activating it this turn. Shit. Oh, this is Twiddle Storm. Okay. It's really dangerous to activate this card. Let's put some coffee on my shirt. I'm gonna get a new one real quick. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, activating Wishclaw Talisman and passing is going to be pretty dangerous. What is this boost the stream challenge? What is that? I think the Urza Blade deck was okay, Fisticuff. I think it needed some workshopping, but yeah, we also don't have the land. I think we need to try to kill next turn and hope that even with the tutor, our opponent won't be able to. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Utopia Sprawl. I'm going to Wishclaw Talisman for Utopia Sprawl, and this is going to be effectively 2 mana. And then name red, and then play a second Wishclaw Talisman. And assuming our opponent doesn't kill us or doesn't interact with us, and they don't really have much interaction, we'll be able to... I guess we could Petty Theft this back to our hand, actually. Problem is, then we're not casting Talisman this turn. But I kind of think this is good. I don't know if this is necessarily correct, because it means we're delaying by a turn. But yeah, stopping Twiddle Storm from getting a Demonic Tutor seems like pretty good to me. Alright, well, we were definitely dead if we let them tutor, so... You feeling okay? Don't have a ton in the sideboard for this matchup. Yeah, the Total Storm list does play Dragon's Claws. They search for a Twiddle? Actual Twiddle? I mean, that means their hand has got to be just totally nuts. Obstructionist doesn't really do much in this matchup, right? I don't know, like, what is it countering? Yeah, they can Grape Shot multiple times. It's, yeah. And they play Past in Flames and Underwood Breach. Alright. Tough stuff. Tough stuff. We're not beating Past in Flames there. Yeah, we're doing Dodo decks today because there's a Legacy PTQ tomorrow that I'd like to play in. Don't really... I guess so. Ashiok stops Merchant Scroll and Sylvan Scrying and Wishclaw Talisman. Ashiok is probably pretty good. I think I'm going to maybe cut down on Bloodbraid Elves in favor of Ashiok. Seems decent. Nothing else seems particularly relevant. We could play like the first defense grid in case they bring in counter spells, but I'm just going to submit. Will I try hard Legacy? I'll try hard with Ant, probably. I don't know, I feel like if I register one of these mid-range piles, I'm not in the trenches grinding these Legacy mid-range decks every day. I don't think I'd play them perfectly. I think we can keep this. Good morning, Mr. Slipper. Well, I'm probably going to be cycling lands before looting them away. So if this hand draws a Wishclaw Talisman or a just the Spellshift, it can kill pretty quickly. Yeah, so what is this boost the stream thing? Did anybody answer that or no? So I think I'm getting Breeding Pool and then Enchanting, Breeding Pool naming Black. Then we get to play Ashiok now, which is, I think, fine against them. Oh, interesting. Spell Piercing this is kind of... I'm glad they're Spell Piercing this and not Ashiok. But this could mean that they could resolve, like, Merchant Scroll or Sylvan Scrying if they play that, but they'd probably just play Wishclaw Talisman instead. Yeah. So we could have stopped that if they hadn't Spell Pierced, but... They did Spell Pierce. I guess maybe it's a bit better to cycle this first. I will go ahead and just minus. Am I going to play the Steam Vents or am I going to save it to loot away? I think I'll play it.
Welcome, Spikelings, to the Shark type.
Dead on turn 3? Again? They have a Psychic Puppetry and a Reach Through Mists. I think Total Storm is really good. Might be just dead. Ozon, 7 months. Scape Shift, are we the baddies? Not Scape Shift, Spell Shift. We're the good guys. Although, did I put Scape Shift in the title on accident? Might have. Spell Shift. Yeah, I think this matchup's not great. I think you could Damping Sphere is definitely a card to play to beat the Lotus Field Storm deck. It is not impossible that they fizzle here too, but I mean Damping Sphere just like kills their deck dead. I think it's fine. Whoa! They fizzled. Hell yeah, dude. Maybe Ashiok was quietly doing work. They fizzled. So they did bring in Spell Pierce, so I think I'm interested in bringing in the defense grids. Kind of want to cut the Bonecrusher, like trim on Bonecrusher, which I think is our worst adventure creature. Yeah, we're doing dono decks a day early because tomorrow there's a legacy PTQ I want to play in. Starts at the same time the usual stream starts. The problem with Deafening Silence is we're not playing white. The Primal Surge being in the hand also always mulligan that hand, right? Let's keep this. I think we're putting back either Brazen Borrower or Lovestruck Beast. I think I'll just put back the Borrower. Opponent kept 7? Okay. Is this the first ever Dono Deck Wednesday? I think so. Can I high-level explain this deck? The idea is that if you can cast a Spellshift targeting any adventure spell, while you're in the rest of your deck is just all permanents and Primal Surge, you get to cast Primal Surge and put Thassa's Oracle into play for your whole deck and win the game. And winning the game is good. I guess we have to get Overgrown Tomb here. Oh, the Overgrown Tomb is no longer in the deck. That's awkward. I think it was in the last version. I did not play in the Pioneer Super, no. Skipped it. Alright, I think I'm jamming Ashiok. Second Spell Pierce. Okay. Maybe I'm supposed to just... Nah, I think we need to hold the 1 mana Lovestruck Beast. Alright, they don't have a Lotus Field. A little late on the defense grid. I think I'm gonna draw step click them. Well, we're playing some Pioneer today, Todd. I was asked to build the Jeskai Lotus Field control deck in Pioneer. So we're playing that third. I don't know. I'm not sure what would need to happen for me to be super interested in Pioneer again. Alright, my opponent's hand doesn't really do very much without a Lotus Field. I will say that Psychic Puppetry, if we can get this out of their hand, it's a big deal. But they have Peer Through Depths, which can maybe dig for another copy. I think we're just leaving all of these in their hand. Like, really, they need to find Lotus Field, and if we can, you know, just kill them first, I think that's going to be fine. Oh, well, damn it. Well, they aren't 100% to kill us here. Isn't Mono Green Walker still the best deck? I think it is, yeah. I mean, it's got a bad burn matchup, but it's not so bad. I think you're like maybe a little less than 45%. Okay, now we're dead. Well, Lotus Field's looking great. We mulligan this hand. This hand's really not that much better, but I think we keep it. Put a Moles to 5. I guess maybe I should have kept Click against a Mole to 5. Yeah, I think Damping Sphere is something to look at. I mean, just Damping Sphere plus Beatdown, I think, wins a lot of these types of matchups. And those types of matchups seem really tough without a card like Damping Sphere. Oh boy. So we're playing against Oops, probably. So one thing I can do here is let them go for their combo and try to bounce Talisman, and if they've drawn a Sword of the Meek in their hand, they lose. I think that's better than just like bouncing and then being dead the following turn, you know? If they just have a Sword of the Meek in their hand, they lose if we bounce a Talisman or a Sword. Because they won't be able to sacrifice 3 artifacts to Salvage Titan. They did hit all 3 swords in the graveyard though. And 4 Creeping Chills, 4 Vengevines. Off to a tough start. We do get to bring in Pithing Needle to name Salvage Titan. It does stink if they naturally draw the Salvage Titan though. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut the Bonecrushers as well. Ashiok doesn't really do anything against them. Yeah, tough start for sure. Sounds really good though. We're going to keep. I put back Wishclaw Talisman. I think that's fine. It's a bit awkward that if we want to Pithing Needle this turn, we can't also Petty Theft, and I think Petty Thefting this turn is going to be pretty important because they like always play 2-mana Mana Rock on turn 2, right? Okay. Interesting. We had a Merchant of the Veil. I think I'm just casting it. I'm going to be pretty tilted if they have Salvage Titan again. The last 2 times I played Pithing Needle against Soul spells, they've just had Salvage Titan in their hand. Or maybe I was supposed to cast... Oh, I guess it doesn't change the clock, but I was probably supposed to cast this. They could also have an Ancient Grudge in their yard too. I can't believe it. They have the Salvage Titan in their hand. How does this always happen? They play 1 Salvage Titan, Pithing Needle stops it unless they draw it. And my opponent with the offensive GG. I am so tilted. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm so tilted. The offensive GG. They drew the Salvage Titan for the 3rd time. I guess just never bring in Pithing Needle against Soul spells. They will just draw the Salvage Titan. I'm gonna make him show it to me. Just can't believe it. Kind of hard to mulligan a lot of mana in this deck. I'm gonna keep. No, I think I don't know. I don't know. I mean, they're Pithing Needle. I thought it was nice to be able to stop their combo, while also being good against other matchups. But maybe it just doesn't stop their combo consistently enough. I think I'm naming red here. It counters the sack triggers uncounterably. It doesn't matter. If they have the Salvage Titan in their hand, they just get to cast it. And trigger the Vengevines, and if you counter that, that doesn't matter. It counters the Salvage Titan from the graveyard the same way Pithing Needle does. No, we're playing against Oops again? What is this league? Yeah, Yixa Jailer seems pretty interesting too. I like that as a suggestion a lot. Well, this deck can't play Surgical Extraction because it doesn't work with the Spellshift combo. So they have 2 this is absurd. They have 2 non-black lands for their 2 Pintad Prisms, and they have 2 Undercity Informers. This is the most tilting league I've ever played. Well, that was the draw step, right?
What's up? It's me, your friend, Aspiring Spike.
Skirtus, 3 months later, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day today. They shock. Does this mean they're going to Shatter Skull smashing my click, or did they draw... okay, they're just casting Padaka Predation. I think I'm naming green off with the Sprawl, and then casting Thassa's Oracle here. Okay, so Wishclaw lets us set up for the kill in 2 turns. Although we need 1 more land to not give them the Talisman, and we can of course never give them Talisman here. So if we... Is there any way we can Wishclaw for Bloodbraid Elf? I think attack for... Yeah, not quite enough. Can we still put it on top? Wasn't Lovestruck lethal last turn? The problem is if we can't play Heart's Desire and Lovestruck Beast because we only have 1 green. And so if we cast Lovestruck Beast, we can't attack with it next turn. So I think we play Heart's Desire and then Talisman. Because they have Shatter Skull Smashing, which can kill our 2/1 toughness creatures. But now, if they take that line, we can get Bloodbraid Elf and kill them next turn. No, we need the Heart's Desire here because they have Shatter Skull Smashing, but they just drew the Balustrade Spy anyways. They had 3 Creeping Chills, enough to kill us. We had two green there, but if we play the Lovestruck Beast and Heart's Desire, then they can Shatter Skull Smashing our 1/1 token and our Vendilion Clique, and we don't have lethal next turn. If we play Talisman, we can wish for Bloodbraid Elf with an attack with Thassa's Oracle and Bloodbraid Elf next turn. And if we're trying to Spellshift combo the following turn, we need to top deck a land. And I don't think that that's as good as just like being able to guarantee lethal the following turn. This hand is okay. Turn 2 Petty Theft, turn 3 Vendilion Clique is okay against Oops All Spells, but it's not good. I'm gonna mulligan. Well, I couldn't have cast Wishclaw Talisman the previous turn, wish for Bloodbraid Elf, and then also cast Bloodbraid Elf all in the same turn. I didn't have enough mana for that. Let's go to 5. Go to 4 looking for Pithing Needle. They kept 7 cards, of course. Yeah, the new Uro emote, Uro as Spider-Man. Yeah, maybe I was supposed to go to mulligan to like a 3-card Needle hand. I don't know. I was thinking maybe we could Bloodbraid Elf into Needle, I don't know. Alright, we get another turn. Get another turn. If we hit Needle and they don't have Salvage Titan in their hand. If this doesn't do anything, I guess I'm just going to cast the Borrower and hope they don't have a kill in their hand. This has been the roughest league I've played in a long time. It's been the roughest league I've played in a very long time. Hopefully we can get a couple good matches here. I'm going to keep this hand. Wooded Foothills, Lightning Bolts. Get a Talisman down. So next turn we can activate Wishclaw Talisman and then bounce it back to our hand with Petty Theft. What was our record with Grixis Sprite? I think we were 4-1 with the Grixis Sprite Dragon deck. Seems so slow to Petty Theft and bounce Petty Theft. I'll probably Petty Theft their Goyf end of turn and then just get a Temur Triome. It's not raining. We got the washer running. Don't know why it's so loud. Guess I was probably supposed to Petty Theft in response. Not sure. I kind of want to Vendilion Clique away with Thassa's Oracle. Squiff is going to be huge though. There are 2 Oracles in the deck. The thing is, like, we need to draw lands in order if we're gonna try to combo this game, and I think we are gonna try to combo this game. Opponent deep in the tank with this Inquisition. Yes, the modern meta has settled, Austin. Second Goyf would be a disaster, which is the first time I've said that in a long time. Did find a land. I activate Wishclaw Talisman. I think we just find Spellshift and hope to top deck a one mana adventure spell. I mean, I'm sure if we get this, they're almost definitely just going to. Maybe we just get Lovestruck Beast and cast it. Is that crazy? Crazy enough to work. Just crazy enough to work, I think. You lost 80k points yesterday doubting Modern Stable Piracy Charm. Deck was sweet. Why don't you have their instep stat? I put a stop on the instep if I feel like I'm going to cast it on the instep. Then I take it off. Then I will often just click yield until instep, which will like put a stop there for the one turn. There's a PTQ tomorrow, so we moved Dono deck to Wednesday. Yeah, we played Piracy Charm plus Dreadhorde Arcanist yesterday, and deck was actually pretty sick. And 4-1. We won every game except for 2 against Etron. They had really nutty starts. It was pretty cool. They are gonna Talisman. I think they probably will Talisman for Thoughtseize. I mean, they could Talisman for a removal spell for Lovestruck Beast. Decay, yeah. Then we go down to 2 life. Not very high. Am I gonna tutor at Bloodbraid Elf? I think so. Go down to a pretty scary 1 life. Did not hit Lovestruck Beast. I'm just gonna pack it in. Yeah. Just go to game 2. Doing Threads of Disloyalty? Kind of do, yeah. Don't really like Vendilion Clique against the Wrenn and 6 deck. This looks pretty good to me. Yeah, double jump into top deck Spellshift, I guess, may have been there, but that does require them to have no Bloodbraid Elf, no removal spell, no discard spell. But not 0%. Yeah, if you check the Stream Deck or Termagurf, you can find the Arcanist Piracy Charm list. Felt pretty good. We actually played against Infect, which was so weird. Can't remember what I named it. I need to clean these up. It's in the Stream Decker. It's probably on my desktop. Yeah, it was. We're trying. So Piracy Charm, all 3 modes are pretty good with Dreadhorde Arcanist, I think, or they're like good enough to where maybe the versatility, the versatility of the card makes it worth playing. Keep this. We get basic forest and name blue? Because we have a lot of double blue cards. What?
I'm gonna put her in here and close the door.
Okay, that's fine. Do whatever you want. That was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Might play it again. So sideboard needs a bit of tuning, I think. Well, we might combo this game. Now that we've drawn that. Don't claw? What are you suggesting we cast instead of claw here? What's wrong with getting the... You think getting a 5/5 blocker is super important? There's not even a Tarmogoyf in play yet. And ideally, we could save the 1 mana Heart's Desire for the Spellshift, which is better than the Bonecrusher Giant. But it's not like they have a Tarmogoyf in play for us to need to get Lovestruck Beast into play for. And like we can also just like try to, if we can play this, we can just search up like Brazen Borrower next turn and bounce the Talisman if we want to get some value. Although now I think we're just going in on the creatures. We went 4-1 with the Arcanist deck yesterday, Termagurf. But I'm not a big fan of Brazen Borrower and Gilligan. Especially when like I think Royal Scions is like a really good 3-mana threat, and four Archmage Charms are pretty nuts, and so I don't feel like Brazen Borrower is like well positioned in Modern or like better than the other 3-mana cards. Why not lead on the 5/5 so I can have a 1/1 so I can attack with Lovestruck Beast? You need a 1/1 in play to be able to attack with this, and I think that it's good to be able to do so. We can make Heart's Desire can be a 1/1 for this beast to attack next turn. To say no to putting one of these cards on top with Oracle. I didn't have double green to play both halves last turn. Yeah, we didn't really draw the Piracy Charm very often. We only drew it a handful of times the whole league, which is kind of weird. But the whole deck felt solid. I'm probably gonna try it again at some point. I thought it was gonna be a bit of a meme, but it felt pretty powerful. Yeah, Scions felt great. Sprite Dragon always feels great. The card's just really strong. Yeah, we definitely have built around Arcanist, but it's possible the Piracy Charms aren't good at all. I guess we also just win the game if we top deck Spellshift, which would be pretty sick. We discard Forgotten Cave and Wrenn and 6. Well, now we can't win because we have the. I guess we could theoretically Vendilion Clique this back, but. The Bloodbraid Elf on top. I think attacking both at Wrenn and 6 here. We need to kill the Wrenn, otherwise it's gonna, make our it's gonna just ping my human token. That's true. We could just like put a bucket of permanents into play. Yeah. So maybe I was supposed to cast Thassa's Oracle first to see if I just like found the Spellshift. Oh boy. Well, you don't have to keep repeating with Primal Surge. You can just choose to stop when you have like 2 cards left in your library. No! Brutal hit with them not having a target for the threads. Increasing our devotion, though. Yeah, it's funny. The last time we played this deck, we were 4-0, and we lost our match for 5-0, and I think that this time we'll be 0-4, playing for the 1-5. The complete inverse. Dreadhorde is close, but we need one more good blue-red 1-mana spell for it to be competitive. I agree, which is kind of like... I had the same thought about the card, which is why I thought Piracy Charm may have just been what the deck needed. And I don't know that it is, but... Like, I think that this is like the first time I've really looked at Dreadhorde Arcanist in like kind of a fair shell in Modern and said, this looks pretty good to me. Like, I really have not liked it with discard spells. Like, just like Thoughtseize Inquisition. Like, the mana is like real awkward, and like it's hard to like play like the reactive counter spells that are maybe important for a card as slow as this. And like, if you play discard spells, like you really have to be Grixis because you also have to have, I think, cantrips, and your mana stinks, and you can't play Archmage's Charm, and so I think this list is looking pretty good to me. Do I think 8-rack decks could make a comeback if these blue heavy value decks stick around? No, 8-rack is really, really bad against the blue heavy value decks. It's like, it's really bad against those strategies. Do I think there will be a snow deck in Modern after Kaldheim using Marriott Lage Slumber? Not using Marriott Lage Slumber. I don't think that card is playable, but I do like the Sultai Snow God. I think that card's pretty good. Super dead here. All right. Super dead. All right, last time we were 0-4 or 4-0 playing for 5-0. Now we're 0-4 playing for 0-5. How the turntables. So yeah, something mono white tokens. Okay, come on, Tree Folk. I just want to combo once. They're tanking on their Misty Rainforest. They decided to get Steam Vents and shock it in, so probably not an arrow pile. They don't tap for red, they instead tap for blue, side of hand. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, I think drawing the second Verdant Catacombs, I can probably afford to get a basic forest. You know, this is also what we lost to in match 5 of the last time I played this deck. So still the end boss of Spellshift leagues, but did not feel like a good matchup last time. It could be Gift Storm or Twiddle Storm. That's true. I miss the days of when Savage Knuckleblade was good in Pioneer. I don't remember Savage Knuckleblade ever being good in Pioneer. I remember having a few Dono decks for it and being underwhelmed. I think it was so. Let's get Breeding Pool and Utopia Sprawl naming red, and then stomp the Electromancer, and we can hold up Petty Theft for another 2-mana guy. And so there looks like they're Give Storm with the green splash for Uro and Veil of Summer. I think they just play like one Ura to be able to like be in a value-based gifts pile, which is gross. Like, yeah, Savage Knuckleblade was never even really playable in Standard either. Desperate Ritual. Channel the Suns? Whoa, boy. Not quite Seething Song. 4 mana to make 1 mana of each color. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah, 0-4 bracket, baby. Well, that's going to be a kill next turn, right? Well, I think I'll cast Bloodbraid Elf first. Alright. So next turn we can Wishclaw Talisman for Spellshift. Spellshift and yeah, we can combo next turn if our opponent doesn't have a remand. Or if our opponent kills us, we can't combo. It's card 2. Hard to combo when you're dead. They make blue-black with Manamorphose. I can't believe that just happened. Blue-black. Oh my gosh. Well, we win, which is pretty neat. Might as well make some extra mana. Alright, for those of you wondering how the combo works, hopefully it doesn't bug out on us, but I don't think that it will. What you need to do is you need to cast an adventure spell, then you need to counter your own adventure spell with Spellshift. And then, if your deck is built where your only 2 non-permanent spells are Primal Surge and Spellshift, you will always hit Primal Surge. You need to do this a little slowly, because when you hit Shocklands, oh, see, just like that. They'll still ask you to pay 2 life, and if you're just clicking yes, 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 you're going to kill yourself. So you need to be on the lookout for Shocklands. Otherwise, you might just die. Cool. We won a game, baby. Hell yeah. Well, I think I'm bringing in Ashiok. Explosives is maybe fine too if they're in on the... I mean, they might not be... They might side out Goblins because we showed them that we're a combo deck too. Maybe that's wishful thinking. Let's bring in the Teferi. I'm kind of down. Oh yeah, if you're on an odd life total, you can just click yes, yes, yes. Unless you're afraid of a burn spell, then it's a little worse. But yeah, that's true. If you're at an odd life total, you just click yes, yes, yes. And then you can't pay 2 life when you go to 1. So that's a nice little life hack there. This hand's a mulligan. I'd like to mulligan this hand. What if Modern was just the 0-4 bracket? What a beautiful thought. This hand's pretty good if we draw a green source. This hand's like really good if we draw a green source. I think I'm going to keep. Maybe I could put back Wishclaw. Or sorry, Swamp. No. Oh boy. I guess like we could also Wishclaw Talisman for a green source. Yeah, I know we don't have green mana, and but we already mulled the 6, and this hand's really good if we draw a green source. So I think we're supposed to keep this instead of going to 5. Yeah, I mean, we probably will not Wishclaw for Forest. My opponent is just actual 5-color Storm over there. It's kind of incredibly sweet. Cowards cannot block warriors. It's probably shouldn't tap this Wishclaw Talisman, right? Probably shouldn't. Draw a green source, we win. Alright, cowards can't block warriors. We're in the 0-4 bracket. Let's see what happens. We want to see Rainbow Storm succeed, right? If we draw a green source, we have 6 mana to combo off next turn. Wait, what are we gonna do? Just sit here and do nothing? You think my opponent can win with one mana Demonic Tutor and a Brawl in play? Yeah, right. Oh boy. Like, maybe our opponent's deck is just non-functional because they're playing cards like this. I mean, this card's not bad, but... Never a boring moment over on Twitch. Ah! Yeah, never a boring moment on twitch.tv/aspiringspike. Alright, 5 mana to make 5 mana. I guess 4 mana to make 5 mana. Dude. Thoughtseize. Jeez. A Rainbow Storm, baby. They got 3 cards in their hand. You played this guy yesterday? That's awesome. You gotta love just the person who loves their brew. They took Utopia Sprawl. Oh boy. If the Spellshift gets Thoughtseize, we do have a Mystic Sanctuary to get it back. We could also just, you know, attack for a bunch. Alright, Bring to Light for 4. They have no mana floating. So they get another Channel of the Suns. Obviously, this is the 3rd time Channel of the Suns is being cast this turn. They spend 5 mana to cast the 3rd Bring to Light of the turn. Thanks, Blandman. A $69.69 donation. Very nice. It's really sweet of you. Make Jund great again at any cost. Okay, so... Ignite Memories. Oh, so that's why they took a 1-drop. I guess we're technically not dead if we hit only Arbor Elf. Okay, we did not. Alright, that will be, I think, 2nd in the queue for next week, Blade Man. Or what are your thoughts on waiting until Tibalt gets printed? Like, I think the week after I'll be able to play with the new Tibalt. Any thoughts on that? That's fine, cool. I might actually. When do the cards come out on Magic Online? It's either next week or the week after. I think it's the week after. Just make your baby work. Hell yeah, I will. I promise that I will make a Jundalist capable of 3-2ing. Do we mulligan? I think let's mulligan this hand. Right, let's keep this on 6. Put back the 2nd click. And 3-2 is the Jund equivalent of 5-0. Yeah, that I'm very aware of the math. Ketria Triome. Hey, this is for the marble. The 1-4 marble. Please be Electromancer. Please be Electromancer. Fluffy ran a Jund League last night and got the 1-4, beat Budget Ninjas for the win. glad to hear that Jund's still alive and kicking. Doing really well. Alright, let me get the Teamer Triome. I think I'm just gonna main phase click in case they have, like, you know, remand. Getting that Devotion into play for Oracle. 2 Barals, Past in Flames, Metamorphose, side of hand. Take the Past in Flames. We could maybe find Spellshift off of the Thassa's Oracle. I guess we're still a little low on mana. Yeah, them having 2 brawls does stink. Alright, they get a Brawl down. The unbeatable 3 toughness Brawl. I feel like casting this Lovestruck Beast isn't accomplishing enough. Let's look at the top 4. Wishclaw Talisman for Ashiok is kind of a combo because then they can't tap the Talisman. Probably dead though, but my opponent's deck is a bit out there. I think it's got maybe a higher fizzle rate than regular Storm. Oh yeah, I forgot to do the prediction. The Doubters won. Yeah, so far we have won 1 game. Oh, 2 games. We won a game this match too. That is true. If we go empty-handed, we don't lose to Ignite Memories. It's actually pretty relevant. I didn't doubt. I just didn't vote. Alright. Opponent's going for it. We're gonna see more of the what's the card called? The 5-color ritual. There we go, yeah. Channel the Suns. Seething Song may be banned, but Channel the Suns is alive and well. Alright, Grape Shot. To slaughter my board. They're floating Wooburg. And they let the mana fizzle. Okay. Okay. So what we can do this turn is we can attack with Thassa's Oracle, and if they block, we get to stomp. They probably okay. But now we cannot die to Ignite Memories because our hand will be empty, and that's how we died last turn. So, or last game. And then we can Wishclaw Talisman for Ashiok. And Ashiok is going to empty my opponent's graveyard for Pass in Flames and turn off Bring to Light. And they're down to just 1 card in their hand. That 1 card is empty the Warrens. It's not that bad, right? Well, maybe we cast a Bonecrusher Giant instead. They drew a land. They can Mystic Sanctuary. If they play... There's no way they play Mystic Sanctuary, right? We could also Petty Theft Wishclaw Talisman. I think I want to get Ashiok into play. Then we can block, and then Ashiok survives at 1 loyalty. I think exiling their yard when they are a Pass in Flames deck is pretty relevant, I think. Drew another land. They also might just activate this. MTG Nexus, thanks for the raid, bud. Hope you're having a good day today. Get to kill Barrel, which is pretty good. Is that a 1/1 for Lovestruck Beast, I see? We're doing Dono decks today on Wednesday. Everybody coming from MTG Nexus's stream. I usually do them on Thursdays, but I want to play in tomorrow's Legacy PTQ. Maybe I was supposed to attack with Bonecrusher, but then we're trading Arbor Elf for a Goblin token. My opponent's drawing so many lands in a row here. Maybe I should just be okay with trading Arbor Elf for a Goblin token. Oh, I need to also cast the Sprawl. Yeah, I'm probably playing Boomer Ant and gonna get made fun of all day, but I'll probably do well with it also. Yeah, for those of you who haven't seen, the Uro Spider-Man emote, the long-awaited one, is finally here. And now we also get to make them chump block. So we'll attack with both of these. I know we can't attack if we trade, but we'll trade if they attack. I think the Ashiok in play is super relevant. One 4. This is the complete mirror of last time, where we were 4-0 into 4-1. This time we're 0-4 into 1-4. Both times, a Storm deck was the final boss. Let's talk about the deck. So I do think that the mana base is solid if you're trying to build around this idea. I think that you could maybe cut the second Thassa's Oracle. And I'm not sure exactly what you're wanting to play in that spot instead. But we kept drawing Thassa's Oracle and it kept feeling pretty underwhelming. I'm not sure that you need to play this card. You may play the first Uro. The first Uro is maybe fine. I did like the Bloodbraid Elves. I think that the sideboard is also probably a bit too... is playing too many cards for more fair matchups, like the Explosives, the Grids, the Teferi. We were just like getting crushed by combo decks the whole league. So I think you probably want like Soul Guide Lanterns and Damping Spheres. I think you can probably just afford to not play the Teferis and the Defense Grids and play like maybe 2 Threads, 2 Explosives, and play 2 or 3 Damping Spheres or 2 or 3 Lanterns, trying to figure out the one you want 3 of. You can maybe play 2 Needles and then 3 of each of those cards. I think the main deck is relatively good. I'd probably cut the second Oracle for the first Uro, but... Alright, that was Spellshift. Thank you again to JK for having me donate for it. The deck's super cool, super interesting idea, and a very, very spicy meatball.